Hello, welcome dear students for the lecture of communication skills. Just a quick recap what we have studied up till now is the communication skills, its introduction, definition, the importance of communication. In detail we have discussed what was the process of communication and what are different components. About each and every component we have studied in detail all the 8 components like source, message, encoding, channel, decoding, receiver, feedback and context. Next also we have started about different barriers which occurs in communication. In that the 4 barriers we have completed, like psychological barrier and its reasons, which are different reasons for psychological barriers, like a lack of attention, poor retention, then emotions, then you are deciding something earlier without listening completely, that is called as premature evaluation, then closed mindset, or sometimes due to that the filtering we are doing, then distrust and the defensiveness we are having with us. So that is the reasons about psychological barrier. And we have the second barrier we have completed was the physical barrier, the environmental and natural conditions which makes problem in the proper flow of communication or the message in the process of communication are called as physical barriers, like the walls, doors, the distance between the person. Okay, so which includes different noises which are going on nearby the place where the communication is held. So the factors which affect the physical barriers are environment, the time and distance, and one more importantly is the information overflow. Information overflow means when the information generally becomes more and might be sometimes repeated, okay, as per the capacity of the person who is able to hear something. And if you are making bombardment of the more information to that person, it becomes a overflow there. Okay, then third barrier we have completed earlier was the physiological barrier, the problems with the some body parts of the person which are called as physiological barriers. And in that the reasons for this are hearing impairment. There is the inability of a person to hear with various percentage. Okay, sometimes if you are completely unable to hear anything, then visual impairment, there is inabilities to see a proper image, or your sight is not that much uh, clear. Okay, then speech disorders, okay, unable to speak properly or pronounce different words as fluently as needed while communicating. Then physical distances, okay, then alertness. These are the reasons where for physiological barriers. Then the fourth barrier we have completed was the language barrier, important one, and one of the, we can say, the channel for uh, transmitting the message from source to the receiver. Okay, the languages, various words which are spoken while sharing the verbal type of communication. Okay, and we know throughout the world, importantly in India, there are many languages which were spoken. So as two persons belonging to different language, okay, they are unable to make a proper communication or correct communication. So some reasons or the causes behind the language barrier we have already discussed, like the regional accent and dialects. Okay, the ability of speaking the language in different areas varies from one place to another place, even though the same language is there. Okay, the way of speaking is called as dialects. and accents. Then use of jargons. What are jargons? These are the technical words which are generally spoken by the professionals. Okay, we have seen the examples of doctors and lawyers. Then third reason was the difference in the language and sometime unclear speech. Okay, fourth reason was the grammar and spelling, the mistakes which are there while uh, using or preparing the sentence. Okay, it can be while writing or speaking. Okay, the meaning might changes, or sometime it is not properly understood by the receiver if you are making mistakes in the grammar of the sentence, as well as the spellings when it is generally you are using written communication. Okay, the I have given the example of done and dawned, if you remind. Okay, and as well as the example of affect and effect. So the words are having different spellings. Then we have started the fifth barrier, that is cultural barrier or culture barrier. Okay, we have seen what is culture. Okay, it is nothing but the socially transmitted behavior. Okay, transmitted behavior, transmitted means from one generation to another generation, from people who are ancestors of ours. They are making same sort of influence on our behavior, along with that all other things in which we live. That's our arts, languages, different traditions, the wearing, the signs, what we are used, the symbols in during the communication we are using, even our ability to think, that is the ideas may vary. Okay, from culture to culture. So even we know, as India, we are having many subcultures also. Okay, in a single we are having different subcultures available, so which makes the barrier as such. Okay, so I think after what we have discussed, now next is the causes of cultural barrier. What are different causes? First cause is the language. Language, we know further. Okay, from culture to culture, the language which is used for speaking is different. And just we have completed what is was the what is language barrier. And uh, every culture has developed their own languages from years of practices, and people are generally comfortable in communicating with their own language. Okay, that is obvious. For example, Hindu person or Hindu people are comfortable to communicate in Hindi language, while Sikh people will be definitely comfortable with the Punjabi language, which is their said to be a mother tongue or the cultural language. Okay, and not speaking properly can cause various misunderstanding. Definitely, it is going to happen if a person who is from South India, okay, particularly if we say Karnataka, they will speak Kannada language and they will not be able to speak that much fluent Punjabi language, or sometimes unable to completely speak it. So it is making the barrier, and due to that, the misunderstanding of the words spoken during the language may happen, and hence that is due to culture. This point is under the cultural barrier. So even from culture to culture, the barrier, the language varies. Hence, this is the first reason. Second, and say signs and symbols. Generally, these also varies from culture to culture. We know the culture sets some meaning of the specific signs, which generally might not be the same for the other culture. Okay, if you remind in the practicals, I told I don't know to all batches I have told or not, but the thumbs up, okay, the if thumb finger is upside, okay, like a thumbs up, what is there, it is generally taken as a sign of wishing luck. That is a general observation in India. Okay, wishing the luck for most of the cultures, but particularly in a country that is Bangladesh, as per mentioned in the book. Okay, this says that it is some sort of insult involved in showing the thumbs up. So similarly, uh, this terminology, that is the signs which are used in different cultures and their meanings, okay, might be different one. Then the region, okay, the regional causes, religion causes. We know religions are said to be the specific one, okay, and like Christian religion, and for Pakistan the Islam religion, okay, for Hindu religion. So these are what religions, and they all were having their own way of making communication, and if such differences to people having these two different religions maybe face certain problems in communication. Okay, uh, the religions also cause barriers, just I told, as it creates a specific image of that particular people. It happens. Okay, for example, uh, in Pakistan, the Christians have to speak up for their rights, as the majority of Islam and the Christians are discriminated. Just what is mentioned in this book. Okay. Uh, Similarly, when we come across with the other person who belonging to different religion, actually it should not happen. Okay, it is not good behavior or thinking as far humanity is concerned, but uh, it is said to be a barrier, okay, due to the variation in the religion. Okay, most of the people find it difficult to talk to the people who belongs to different religion. So it is the another cause, or as a reason for cultural barrier. Then fourth one is the eye contact. Generally it is interpreted differently in different culture. Okay, we know that eye contact, as we have learned, as a body language, it is necessary when if you are speaking with somebody. Okay, you should look into the eyes of that particular person to show your confidence and whether you are speaking is the truth. Okay, while in other cases it might be a certain uh, not the similar reasons. Direct eye contact is considered as a impolite and sign of aggression, okay, in some cultures. है ना, समजता तसं डोळ्यात काय बघतोय, मान खाली घाल, असं असं संताप होतो ना, माझ्याकडे काय कंटिन्यू बघतोय. इट शुड नॉट हॅपन लाईक दॅट. Okay, it is my it is said to be the sign of aggression or anger. Okay, why directly you are looking into the eyes, but looking downward while speaking with a senior person, okay, is a sign of politeness and respect. While the same cases in the different culture, if you are not maintaining eye contact, it is generally considered as a uh, lack of confidence in that person. So it the looking into the eyes of the person continuously or with confidence, okay, their meaning might be different in different culture. That's what is the fourth region of this cultural barrier over there. The next one is the touch. Okay, who can touch which part of the body is generally decided in different cultures. Okay, culture to culture it is there. Definitely it is varying depending upon the gender, okay, the sex of the person, and touch generally associated with the age also along with sex, and it is the personal relationship of those both person. Now with whom you are communicating, and during that communication where you can touch, okay, it depends, generally varies from culture to culture. The book mentions the example in Taliban culture, okay, a male doctor cannot touch and examine certain parts of the woman patient, and similarly a female doctor cannot touch the certain parts of the male patient, which is there even in some cases it is observed, okay, in India also. People belonging to some specific culture does not allow the doctors to touch certain body parts, and which is said to be the barrier, okay, and many examples can be told, but you can understand. So from culture to culture, the uh, permission to touch the body part is not given always, okay. Now the next sixth barrier is the gender barrier. It is the can say variation in the sex, that is men and women which are there, okay, particularly at workplace when both men and women are working. It is said that they share equal status, and it should be there, okay. Both are working in a same position, both should have similar status. uh, Also the knowledge and experience, if it is similar, there can be difference in communication style of both, which prevent them from working together effectively, okay, which is called as a gender barrier, okay. Due to gender variation, certain things they does not talk freely about certain topics, because it is, but actually it is needed for that particular type of work, okay. uh, Nowadays it is becoming less and less, but earlier these things were more in India also, okay. As the variation in the uh, tradition which are there, the traditions which doesn't allow the both genders to have that sort of comfortable communication done with one another, okay. It may be inherent or may be related to the ways in which both men and women are taught to behave as children. Not all the men or all women communicate in the same way as the of their genders. It is definitely there, okay. We cannot always say that when two women are there they will be most comfortable while working with one another, okay, as a colleague in a particular workplace as compared to men and women individually if they are coming together. So that is the gender barrier. Some examples we can take over here. A woman talk about other people, which is as per the book I'm telling. Okay, women talk about other people while men talk about business, sports, and food. Okay, likewise, many things are there. So, women, what shortly is they are generally engaged in gossiping about other persons, while men are men oriented towards their business. And due to this gender, their variation in thinking is there. Okay. Then another example, woman questions means women generally talk, or when they are asking something, okay, they are questions for gaining the understanding, okay, for gaining knowledge, while on the other case, men talk to give information. Okay, means when they are talking, they are generally supposed to give information. Then another example, women focus on feelings, senses, and meaning of certain messages or the topics, whereas the men focus on the facts, what is the originality and the logics behind anything. Okay, and I'm not saying that this who is correct and who is not correct, okay, who is right and who is wrong, but these are the reasons or the examples which are found for the barriers in the communication in both men and women. We can overcome these gender barrier, okay, particularly by making the education, okay, providing the information about one another, or if it is a team, okay, you can educate that team about the gender bias, and by creating safe identity at a workplace, okay, can make the thing possible. Gender barriers are things that the society set up to try to force one to comply, like that is saying being male or being female, they should not be things to be done, okay, which are there but should not be there. Okay, these barriers arise because of the uh, men and women, they have a different way of communicating with one another, and each of these both feel uncomfortable while talking to another. So this is all about the gender barrier. Okay, now next, the seventh, another important barrier in communication is emotional barrier. Even though we have studied the first psychological barriers, in that the emotional feelings which are there, okay, definitely, but as a bigger classification is there, okay, we should consider this emotional barrier as an individual barrier. So it includes many things, the emotional status of the person, okay, like fear, worry, anxiety, anger, excitement, and many other things. So these all are what, these states of mind, at what status you are having in that particular condition, what emotional uh, factors which are there, or on what are your feelings thinking about that person, about the condition, okay, these are there, and these may be due to bad experience or good experience, whatever it may be, okay, these emotional status are there, and those are particularly responsible for making barriers in the process of communication. So these all effects the ability of the speaker to deliver or to talk the message clearly, or might be the receiver's ability to hear the message effectively for both the speaker, that is sender, as well as the receiver. Okay, their respective emotional status are saying said to be becoming barrier if they are not similar as one another. Okay, both should have similar sort of feelings at that particular stage, and which is not always possible. Okay, while the process of communication, hence the emotional barriers are very much said to be the important and widely spread barrier. Okay, for example, you can understand uh, a person's emotions may prevent him or her from discussing some topic. Okay, if you know, an angry person may struggle to communicate particularly, and what he or she want to communicate, okay, that message, whereas a sad person may not listen to the advice even of a close friend. Okay, that may happen if you are under tension or you are depressed. Okay, you will not listen to your close friend who is giving good suggestions to you. And if you are angry, okay, you will not tell the all information which should be told during the communication. Further, we can add to it sometimes strong negative emotions. Okay, negative emotions, if they are, they can interfere with the communication, and which can lead to the miscommunication. Okay, or can hurt the feelings of other person. Okay, if you are negative while making communication, then uh, pride, okay, pride or the need to bring to be right, sorry, need to be said to be the right always, all time. if it is said गर्व, okay, आपल्याला गर्व असतो मीच बरोबर आहे नेहमी, I am correct always. Okay, the person in front of you is wrong always. It said is, what is that, is having that sort of pride. Okay, and which shut downs the effective communication. It is becoming a barrier. Further, we can add is a trying to win every argument. Some people were having this sort of tendency, mental condition. Okay, that whenever they are making communication with somebody or argument, okay, they want that always they must win. Okay, and trying to sometimes trying to cover the emotional insecurities with a sense of superiority makes the communication ineffective. Okay, superior, what it is, superior and inferior. Okay, वरचढ असतो ना, मी म्हणतो मी सर्वात चांगला, I am better than others. If you are having this sort of tendency always, you are said to be having a, a problem, a barrier in the communication automatically. Next thing, depression can also lead to a bad feeling or sometimes irritation. Due to depression, several people are depressed. Okay, might be due to different reasons, and due to which the bad feelings are uh, brought into his or born into his or her mind, and it might be irritating. And due to that bad feelings, you, while during communication, you may give some remarks or some words or message you can use which might be irritating towards their loved ones. Okay, तुमचे मित्र म्हणणार or whoever are your dear ones, you can give sometimes bad words, speak bad words to them if you are under tension. Okay, Further, anxiety, that is stress, has a negative impact on the brain, and generally that manages the creativity, we know. Okay, brain is responsible for all the emotions, thinking, and actually is the remote control of our body, we know. And the communication skills are definitely under control of our brain. And if you are stressed, okay, means your brain is under tension, okay, and automatically it is said to be the emotional barrier. Then if you are having continuous or constant worries, okay, and continue tension, which can hinder or make a problem over ability to concentrate properly. Okay, and attention मध्ये concentration नाही होत असं म्हणतात. Okay, on particular if information, if it is shared between the sender or by a receiver or whoever it may be. Okay, and it can be due to sometimes the irritability or restlessness, if it is there. Okay, if you are irritating about some due to certain reasons, or if you are feeling restless, okay, due to any of the reasons or causes, which also decreases the chances of a proper and effective communication. So what are these? These all are the emotional barriers, and actually they must be managed or properly controlled. How we control generally? Our brain or emotional status. Okay, can do certain sort of relaxation of relaxation exercise we can do. Okay, then the last and another important barrier is the interpersonal barrier. Interpersonal, okay, from one person to another person, if any barrier if you are having, okay, or you're personally you're having different variations. Okay, these interpersonal barriers generally include the problems which keep the person from reaching out to one another and opening ourselves to other. Okay, which are called as interpersonal. हे म्हणतात ना, पर्सनली मला असं वाटत नाही दुसऱ्याला मी सर्व सांगू. ओके, एकासोबत असं वाटतं दॅट टू सम स्पेसिफिक पर्सन यू कॅन शेअर एव्हरीथिंग, बट विथ others you will not share everything, which is called as personal to person. The ability or your feelings will not be similar, and if such thing seen, it can be called as a interpersonal barrier. Okay, where you are not opening everything. Opening means open minded while speaking properly, effectively, every emotion, every knowledge sharing, everything, it is proper. Generally it does not happen, and that is due to the person's thinking. Okay, this is said to be the most difficult barrier to overcome. Means you cannot solve this problem. Okay, असते ना एखाद्याच्या मनात, मला त्या माणसाबद्दल माणसाचं ऐकायचंच नाही, की त्याच्याशी व्यवस्थित बोलायचं नाही आहे तर नाही आहे. ओके, इफ यू हॅव डिसाइडेड, we cannot change the mind of that particular person. Can understand it from example. It is very difficult to overcome the poor self image. Now this is also another good example. Okay, poor self image होतं बाकीच्यांच्या मनात स्वतःबद्दल असं निगेटिव्ह फिलिंग दॅट आय एम नॉट अ गुड पर्सन और आय एम हॅव्हिंग सर्टन प्रॉब्लेम्स इन माय सेल्फ. It is very hard to solve that problem. Okay, definitely it can also be solved, but said to be the difficult condition. Further examples are there of this interpersonal barrier and their causes. First cause you can say is the lack of desire of participating in the communication process. Lack of desire. Desire means what? Ichha, है ना? Wish, your aspiration from your side, what you want. Okay, it is lacking, particularly of what? Wishing not to participate or not to involved in the process of communication. Okay, that is called as lack of desire to participate. And again, it is said to be the most frustrating example of it is interpersonal barrier, है ना? होतं ना असं, एखाद्याची इच्छाच नाही राहत ऐकायची. आता लेक्चर म्हणा, प्रॅक्टिकल म्हणा, हां, त्याला नाहीच ऐकायचं आहे, तर तो फक्त असं बसून राहील. पण त्याच्यामध्ये डोक्यामध्ये दुसरा काहीतरी विचार चालू असेल किंवा इज नॉट हॅव्हिंग इज नीड to participate, and which is actually said to be the most frustrating barrier and reason. And if we are trying to communicate with that person who does not actually want to interact, okay, होतं ना असं, तुम्ही बसलेले आणि तुमची इच्छाच राहत नाही काही ऐकायची, आणि तुम्हाला जर शिकवतोय किती जीव तोडून माणूस समोरचा. Okay, jokes apart, but it should not happen. If it is there, if you are not having the thinking that you want to participate in the communication process, okay, if it is there, it's said to be the barrier. And next, second one is the unwillingness. Okay, some people do not want to show their talent simply. Okay, do not want to explore their ideas, opinions, what they have, and hence it is creating barriers in communication. Unwillingness है ना, जबर तुम्हाला इच्छाच नाही राहत, जाऊ दे काय करायचं, काय बोलायचं, काय सांगायचं आपलं मनातलं. Okay, it can be ideas, opinion and everything. If you are not wanting, then particularly with some specific person, okay, तुम्ही सांगणार सर इमोशनलमध्ये बाकीच्या सायकोलॉजिकल बॅरियरमध्ये आलं, इट इज नॉट हिअर विथ सम स्पेसिफिक पर्सन. इफ यू आर हां, जसं एखाद्या सरांचं लेक्चर तुम्हाला ऐकायला आवडतं, एखाद्याचं नाही ऐकायचं, तुम्ही तिथे बसतात पण जबरदस्ती. ओके, सो you will not speak as clearly, or if you will not participate in the question answers or any other things for that particular person, I'm telling, so which is called as interpersonal barrier. Okay, and the reasons are these both: lack of desire of participation and unwillingness. Generally all of us have to struggle to communicate with the others at one point or some other point. Okay, this is possible today. If we are having certain good moments shared with one another, tomorrow it may not happen, and due to some reason you will not have that sort of similar feelings towards one another to participate in the communication or do communication fluently with one another. And this problem can be continued forever. Okay, the word is perpetual which is used, and it is not good for the both. Okay, to maintain the relationship, this interpersonal barrier should not be there. Okay, and they can destruct your relationship. Okay, hence it is called as destructive barrier. Some people feel uncomfortable with others. Okay, another reason is due to the poor self-esteem. Yes, they are feeling that they are not good. Okay, they are not uh, less self-confidence, which is called as, okay, they are poor at it. Sometimes social anxiety. Okay, socially some people are not able to communicate properly, and because of that anxiety or tension, they does not involve in the communication process, or many other issues can be there which avoids or become uncomfortable to show the involvement of the people in the communication. So these interpersonal barrier means inability to interact with others, particularly face to face. Okay, this problem generally occurs when you are meeting some person face to face, and in that condition this barrier is said to be a problematic condition. Okay, then last point in the barrier is the ways to communicate, to ways to improve the communication. Okay, that we'll discuss in our next lecture. Thank you.